Oh, you sent it to me? Do they know we don't have anything on our screen up here?
Yeah. Remind me to ask you something about cow after this.
Okay.
Or a future cow, not this last.
Yeah. Call this meeting to order. Will you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can we please start with a roll call?
Council President Prince.
Here.
Councilmember Perez.
Here.
Councilmember Vaughn. Councilmember Albertson.
Here.
Councilmember Rivera.
Here.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Here.
And Councilmember McIrvin.
Here.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, one absent.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President.
I move we excuse the absent council member.
It's been moved by Council President, second by Councilmember Albertson, that we excuse the absent council member. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. We're on to the administrative report.
All right, very quick one. I'll give Judith some time. Information about preventative street maintenance, traffic impact projects, and road closures happening this week can be found at rentonwa.gov/traffic. All projects are weather permitting, and unless otherwise noted, streets will always remain open. That was it.
That was quick, and you promised us quick. All right, we are on to audience comment. We do have a couple people signed up. I want to remind everybody that all remarks must be addressed to the council as a whole. If a response is requested, please provide your name, address, including email address. Each speaker will be allowed 3 minutes to speak. Please state your name and city of residence for the record. When time is close to expiring, you'll see the little clock and the yellow light turn on. Please wrap up your comments. And first person signed up is Darwin Richard. I don't see Darwin here. All right, well, next is Gabe Jones.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, City Council members. My name is Gabriel Jones, member of the Equity Commission, but today I'm here as an independent Renton resident. I'm going to bring up two very important things that are close to me. First thing I'm going to bring up is 2302. I know it's just been discussed to bring it back to the council for looking at making changes. I think that democracy is important, obviously. I think there's no one here who's going to disagree democracy is important. We fought hard to make sure everyone had a voice when we were going through this and trying to decide if we wanted to have the council just adopt it outright. We said democracy is important. We said that at the end of the day, the people need to make a decision. And they did. So to hear that there might be changes made outside of the will of the people is a little frustrating, I have to say. We don't know why the voters voted for what they did. We can assume, we can guess. At the end of the day, all we know is what the people voted on. And what they voted on was this. So making any changes would serve to underhand that just slightly. And that's frustrating. Other thing I was going to speak on today was how important it is to speak out against vigilante justice. We had a young man killed recently out of Big Five. It was an absolute tragedy. For all he was trying to do was return a BB gun. Absolutely awful thing to say, and I would love to see the city council take a more active approach in speaking out against vigilante justice and speaking out against the, in all honesty, racist killing of this child. He was just trying to live a life, and he is no longer with us, and that is awful. I was a part of a lovely group that got to come speak and come have a little vigil in front of the council, in front of the city hall this week, and it was absolutely incredible, and I was glad to be there. And I think the biggest thing that came out of that to me was talking about how important it is for the city to work together, how important it is for people to have a community, to talk with people, to know your neighbors, to get to be with people. And at the end of the day, the most important thing is to speak out against vigilante killings and fight racism wherever we see it. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. And I don't think Darwin is still not here, so we're going to move on. Next up is the consent agenda. There are 3 items for council consideration. Are there any that would council like pull for separate conversation?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Council President.
I move we adopt the consent agenda as published.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Prince, second by Councilmember Albertson, that the consent agenda be adopted as published. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. We're on to unfinished business. Council President Prince,
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Council Member Perez,
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
and Councilmember Albertson.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Community Services Committee has one report to present.
Community Services Committee, committee report. The Community Services Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to confirm Mayor Pavoni's appointments of Mr. David Bartlett with a term expiring December 31st, 2026, and Mr. Joel G. Smith, also a term expiring 12/31/2026, to the Senior Citizen Advisory Board. This is signed by the committee chair, member, and approved virtually by the vice chair.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Albertson.
move the council concur with the committee, with the Community Services Committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember Albertson, seconded by Councilmember McGurven, that the council concur with the Community Service Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We're on to Councilmember Rivera.
No unfinished.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Finance Committee has 6 committee reports this evening.
Okay, Finance Committee, committee report. The first is regarding approval of claims and payroll vouchers. The Finance Committee approves the following payments. Accounts payable, total payment of $9,234,182.76 for a number of vouchers and payroll benefit withholding vouchers. 2, payroll, total payment of $1,992,299.76 for payroll vouchers. That includes 710 direct deposits and 32 checks. This is the May 16th through 31st pay period. 3 is Kidder Matthews vouchers totaling $29,243.94. And finally, municipal court vouchers totaling $10,383.15. This is signed by the committee chair, vice chair, and approved virtually by the member.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move the council concur with the Finance Committee committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember Perez, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
The next report is regarding reallocation of community development block grant funds. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve the reallocation of the 2023 Community Development Block Grant Funds of $35,862 from the Healthy Homes Project to the Don Person Senior Activity Center Roof Replacement Project and the unspent $10,050 in CDBG CV3 funds from Dawn, DAWN, to the Renton Senior Center HVAC project, and authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute the grant agreement subject to approval as to legal form. This is signed by the chair, vice chair, and virtually by the member.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember O'Halloran.
I move the council concur with the Finance Committee committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember Perez, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Okay, the next report is regarding the renewal of city insurance policies. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to renew the city's property, pollution, and cyber insurance policies for the period July 1, 2024 through July 1, 2025 in the amount of $1,479,012. Each year, the city's lines of coverage go out to bid through a third-party broker, Alliant Insurance Services. Rates are determined by market conditions, insured values, and the city's loss history. This year's rate increase is driven by unfavorable but improving market conditions and the increase in the city's insured property values. The city will bind these insurance policies with Alliance Insurance Services on July 1st, 2024. This too is signed by the committee chair, vice chair, and approved virtually by the member.
Mr. Mayor,
Member Halloran.
I move that the council concur with the finance committee committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember Perez, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. In discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
All right, the next is regarding an interlocal agreement for waterfowl management. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to adopt the resolution that authorizes the mayor and city clerk to enter into an interlocal agreement with USDA Animal and Plant Health Inspection Services Wildlife Services Program for an annual fee of $2,500 for years 2024 through 2028 for a total of $12,500 regarding communication, maintenance, and management of public site impacts of surplus waterfowl, especially Canada geese, within Renton city limits. This too is signed by the committee chair, vice chair, and approved virtually by the member.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Halloran.
I move the council concur with the finance committee committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember Perez, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. In discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
All right, the next report is regarding community public safety cameras. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to authorize the mayor and city clerk to sign a 2-year contract with Flock Safety in an amount not to exceed $200,000 for the installation of 24 Flock Safety LPR license plate recognition cameras for the purpose of enhanced investigative abilities to quickly identify suspect vehicles. This too is signed by the committee chair, vice chair, and approved virtually by the member.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember Halloran.
I move the council concur with the finance committee committee report.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember Perez, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. In discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
All right, the final report is regarding an audit engagement letter with the Office of the Washington State Auditor. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve and authorize the execution of the engagement letter for the Office of Washington State Auditor to perform the annual audit for fiscal year 2023. This is signed by the committee chair, vice chair, and approved virtually by the member.
Mr. Mayor,
Councilmember Halloran.
I move the council concur with the finance committee committee report.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember Perez, that the council concur with the Finance Committee report. In discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. We're on to Councilmember McGurven.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Next up is legislation. We have one resolution for adoption.
All right, this resolution is regarding the interlocal agreement for waterfowl management. A resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to enter into an interlocal agreement with the cities of Bellevue, Kirkland, Montlake Terrace, SeaTac, and Woodinville, with the Seattle Department of Parks and Recreation, the Port of Seattle, the University of Washington, and with the United States Department of Agriculture for the purpose of managing surplus waterfowl, especially Canada geese, entitled 2024 through 2028 Interlocal Agreement for Waterfowl Canada Goose Management Program.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Councilmember Halloran.
I move the resolution be adopted as read.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Councilmember O'Halloran, second by Councilmember Prince, that the resolution be adopted as read. Any last discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. All right, motion carries. We are on to new business. Council President Prince.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. On Monday, July 1st, wow, we're already in July, the Committee of the Whole will be meeting at 6 o'clock in the conferencing center, and we have one item on the agenda, opioid remediation funds. Then at 7 p.m., we will be meeting in council chambers and by video conference for the council meeting. That's all, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Perez.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Albertson.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember Rivera.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember O'Halloran.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Councilmember McGurven.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I just would like to announce that the Transportation Committee scheduled for Monday, July 1st has been canceled. And I think someone needs to announce the utilities.
just gonna-
That was my
Do that.
I can announce that one too.
Sweet,
Uh,
please.
also on Monday, July 1st at 5 p.m. in the council conference room and via video conference, the Utilities Committee will meet. There's 2 items on the agenda. Memorandum of Agreement with King County for Reclaimed Water Feasibility Study, and second, emerging issues in utility to include aqueous film forming foam. Wow, say that 5 times fast. Products, liability, litigation, and settlements. And that's all.
All right. We have run the gamut. What's the wish of the council?
Move adjourn.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Council President Prince, second by Councilmember Albertson, that we adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We're adjourned. Thank you.